Major League Pickleball is in a league of its own, and MLP 2023 Season 1 has made its final stop in San Clemente, California. The fans, they have been electric all weekend long, and they are on their feet for the semifinal round of the Premier League. 12 teams began on Friday, and just 4 remain as we get you set for the first of 2 semifinals on the slate today. The defending champs of Daytona, the Seattle Pioneers, they boast the world #1, Ben Johns. They have their hands full, though, against another world-class talent, J.W. Johnson and the ATX Pickleballers. Thrilled to have you with us. Michelle McMahon with you in the booth alongside former top pro Adam Stone and pickleball expert Cameron Irwin. We'll get their thoughts on this matchup in just a moment. Ben Johns staring on as he is guiding his team, the Seattle Pioneers, hoping for yet another victory for them as we welcome in the 4th member of our crew, current female pro. Cameron Blackwood is our eyes and ears on the sideline today. She is standing by with the coaches on both sides. Ben Johns, player coach today with Seattle, and Wes Gabrielson with ATX. Cameron.
Thanks so much. Yes, I'm joined now here by Ben Johns, not only player, but you were elected coach as well from your teammates. How do you just compartmentalize wearing both of these hats here on court today?
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult, honestly. We talk strategy together like you do always as a team. So I guess I function as a little bit of the captain, a little bit of the coach, a little bit of the player. So yeah, it's easy to just talk it over with the team. They give some feedback, and it's worked out pretty well so far. So happy to be in that role and happy to be supportive for my team.
And over here to my left, we have Wes Gabrielson. First time ATX has made it to the playoffs. How did you guys approach this matchup against the undefeated Seattle Pioneers and defending champs?
Well, every match we approach the same way. We got to play with energy, confidence, consistency, and go have fun. So they're ready.
There you have it. Coaches and player ready to take the court. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. Energy and confidence going to be a key for the ATX Pickleballers because Adam Stone, Seattle, they have a player named Ben Johns, world class and a tough man to beat.
Exactly right, and I am often, my pick to click is a lower drafted player who needs to step up. For me today, Mish, it's the big boys. Ben Johns, J.W. Johnson, they are both alpha players in this great game of pickleball, and their skill and their play on court goes to the rest of their teammates throughout. Everyone will be looking to those 2 players.
And in terms of the women's doubles, Cameron, you had a chance to catch up with both sides, world-class athletes in this one. What are you looking out for in the women's?
One of the things I loved most was talking to Etta Wright, and she told me they want to look to be strike-first pickleball, playing alongside Megan Dazan. They want to be the enforcers, playing against Jade and Jackie Kawamoto. Both these women's teams are coming into this matchup undefeated on the weekend, so somebody's going to walk away with a loss. Question is, which team will it be?
Remember, they have 4 choices as it comes to the coin toss this particular tournament as we revisit the rules. If you are new with us, welcome. Thrilled to have you on board with the fastest growing sport in America, and Major League Pickleball does it different than anyone else. We will have 4 games per match, men's and women's doubles. You can have your choice of which one goes first. Then we'll move on to 2 mixed doubles matchups. If we will need the 4th, we will go there. It is the first to 21 rally scoring, win by 2. We will explain the freeze to you once we get there. And of course, if we must, we will go to a 5th tie-breaking set, the Dream Breaker, if the match is tied 2-2. And of course, video challenges can come into play. Each team has 3 to use per side per match. And Major League Pickleball is elite in its class. Adam, what is your favorite part about the way Major League Pickleball does it?
As someone who has played at this level and at this event, I can't describe to you how much different it is than the regular tournament grind. The energy is palpable. You can see it on the players' faces. And when we get into these big, tight moments, oh my goodness, it's such an atmosphere. Just so excited to be here and to see this top talent out there today.
J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio a young duo on their side, talking things over with head coach Wes Gabrielson, also a prolific pickleball player. What kind of weapon is he on the sideline for the Pickleballers?
Oh, absolutely huge. He is a legend of the game, all the titles early on, and he has a great mind for the game, the strategery, he knows the players, and he knows the ins and outs of pickleball.
And it's been fun, too, to watch Wes Gabrielson work with these ATX Pickleballers. This is a team that didn't even make the playoffs in the first 2 events. He said they had to have a switch change in terms of the amount of energy expenditure and the amount of emotion that they're showing, and it has been a big key for them here in Daytona.
Coin toss is underway here in San Clemente. And remember, 4 choices for this tournament. We will be back and explain exactly what each team chose after this short break. Don't go anywhere. This is a matchup you definitely don't want to miss. Championship court. We're back on championship court as we get you set for this first semifinal matchup between the ATX Pickleballers and the Seattle Pioneers. It is Etta Wright and Megan Dazan on the left side of your screen, taking on Jade and Jackie Kawamoto on the near side of your screen in the blue tank tops. The Kawamotos, they are twins. Jade is in the bun and Jackie is in the long ponytail. Jackie is a righty, Jade is a lefty, and these two are rock solid. That is something that has jumped out to you all tournament long, Adam.
Yes, and they are playing 2 very offensive players. I love these yin and yang, fire and ice. It's really a nice dynamic when you have, I expect, a full-out offensive barrage from Etta Wright and Megan Dazan. Can the Kawamotos make enough balls, play quality enough defense to hang in this match?
Well, and it was discussed between Megan Dazan and Etta Wright. They're talking about the fact they understand the Kawamotos get back that many more balls sent back to the kitchen line, and they said they also have to be ready to still be the aggressor. The Kawamotos, I listened to them prepping for this match. The #1 topic of discussion was countering. So watch for that, as they are going to be heavy on the counter, and that's going to be the second, third contact for them to be able to find some points.
The Kawamoto twins boast 29 wins together as a duo with a .630 win percentage. Megan and Etta Wright won their first gold medal on the PPA Tour as a partnership at the Red Rock Open in April. As we get you set for first serve, Jade Kawamoto will start us off to Megan Dazan. just long for Jackie.
Yes, and the first trigger pull from the kitchen line going to the Kawamotos. Not exactly what we were expecting, but still early. Just sailing long for Jackie.
Into the net for Dazan, and an update on the coin toss for you. ATX won the toss. They elected to react when it comes to the mixed doubles partnerships. I'll get to that in just a moment. And chose women's doubles to go out first. Into the net for Jackie. A couple errors out early, getting out the morning jitters on championship court.
It's a big spot. Nerves are real. Yeah, Jackie Kawamoto trying to set herself up for an Ernie, but just pushing the dink wide.
Big put away for Jade Kawamoto, and they need any bit of confidence. This women's doubles matchup is crucial when you have Ben Johns waiting in the wings for the men's doubles matchup. Almost feels like a must-win for ATX.
I'm impressed right now. Dazan and Etta Wright doing a solid job moving the ball around the kitchen. I talked to Etta Wright. She said she's been working on every phase of her game. She wants to gain that much more confidence up at the kitchen line.
What a play by the Seattle Pioneers, applying a lot of pressure, forcing them into some bad situations for the Pickleballers.
Yes, and the ATX Pickleballers are in a pretty good spot there, but just not enough put-away power. Once they get the Pioneers scrambling, can they put the ball away? It's going to be a huge factor in this match.
That's a beautiful find from Etta Wright. Just lost that one to the baseline.
And you can see just the length of Megan Dazan and Etta Wright, how much they're leaning into the kitchen, taking the ball out of the air and trying to assert themselves.
That's the pressure the Kawamotos want to start applying on Wright and Dazan. Megan Dazan rock solid on her side.
Yeah, Jackie Kawamoto couldn't clear her body. I like her loading up on the forehand side there, just a little late. The length at the kitchen from the Pioneers, good for offense, also nice for defense when we're scrambling in the backcourt.
Kawamoto's throw up a lob and wide for Dazan.
Well, you talk about the length. That's actually one other area, is defending against the lob that can come at the hand of Dazan and Wright. Etta Wright recognizing Kawamoto's love to lob. She said they have to be well prepared for it.
And there's a powerful punch from Jackie Kawamoto. The Pickleballers climb within 2. Rally scoring. Comebacks can happen quite rapidly. Into the net for Jackie Kawamoto, finding some rhythm on their side.
But you can see just the damage a good dink can do, especially at this level. Watch as they cut this ball down at the feet of the Kawamoto. So tough as you get backed up off the line.
Tough one to miss, and the Pioneers hang in to take a 4-point lead.
A really nice scramble. I talked about that length earlier. It helps on all aspects of the game and on the defense as well for the Pioneers, getting themselves back forward, and Jackie Kawamoto going for a little too much on that last speed up.
Into the net for Jackie Kawamoto. What is it that Wright and Dazan are doing right now to create this pressure?
Well, they're taking the ball out of the air really nicely up at the kitchen line, forcing that ball to be moved around the kitchen as well. So not a whole lot of rhythm up at the line for the Kawamotos quite yet.
That's a good response from Jade Kawamoto.
Yeah, point that Cameron made earlier. Counterattack so important. Mixed bag so far early in this match. That last one from the Kawamotos, very clean.
Kawamoto twins, 2 former tennis players out of the University of Dayton. And here come the Pickleballers, now just trailing by 3.
And I know that's a miss there from Wright, but that is what makes her so dangerous. Her ability to have that one-handed backhand. You rarely see it in the women's game. It's starting to grow that much more. It gives you the extended length in terms of offense.
And then a miss into the net for Jade Kawamoto. So Seattle jumps out to an 11-7 lead. We will change ends and be back with the rest of this women's doubles matchup. Welcome back to beautiful San Clemente, California. You are watching the semifinal rounds for Major League Pickleball as we check in with Cameron Blackwood and Ben Johns courtside.
Thanks, Mish. Ben, being the coach right now, what are you telling the team? What's the discussion when they're playing a team that's getting the majority of the balls back and really picking out their spots?
Yeah, you know, I told them they're both really good offensively. So you need to dictate, pick your shots, but, you know, never forego an opportunity to attack, because last thing you want to do with a defensive team is kind of just dink and just keep it going. It's like you want to take your shots and apply the pressure.
Thanks, Ben. Mish, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. And right, will continue the run for the Pioneers. Never forego the opportunity to attack against a defensive team. Your thoughts on that comment?
Yes, and let's be clear. Cam mentioned earlier the ability of Dizon and Etta Wright to take balls out of the air with offense. When they do that, it puts pressure on the dinks of the Kawamotos to be perfect, and just another way you can create errors and earn points with a good reach into the kitchen.
Into the net for Jackie Kawamoto, not the sight that the pickleballers wanted to see off of end change break. Dizon will serve to Jade Kawamoto. What a play from Jackie, finding the sideline and the backside of Megan Dizon.
Yeah, really utilizing the expanse of the court right here. They see Megan Dizon start to creep in towards that center line. Great location from the Kawamotos.
Into the net for Jade Kawamoto, and it seems like just when the Kawamotos find something that works, they take one step forward, two steps back for a team that doesn't typically make a lot of errors. And credit to Wright and Dizon. Megan Dizon handcuffing Jackie Kawamoto.
And that's a really nice job right there. A combination from Dizon from the baseline to the kitchen line. Beautiful drop, recognizing a solid shot, gets in and stays aggressive.
Big put away for Jade Kawamoto. First firefight that we've seen.
Yeah, and it's also notable right now. The Kawamotos are looking to be more aggressive since the end change, looking to speed the ball up more, and right now it's paying off.
Dizon of the Seattle Pioneers into the net. So the Pickleballers and the Kawamoto twins climbing back in with a bit of a run.
Classic Kawamoto point right there. Make them hit one more ball, force them into going for too much. Exactly what happened there for Megan Dizon.
What an angle from Etta Wright. She has a heavy forehand.
Yes, so important in the women's game to have that put-away power. The scramble ability in the hands of these ladies is just next level. So when you have that extra gear when the ball goes up high to end the point is an absolute luxury.
Just wide was the call. I think I saw it wide too. That was a good point, though. Point of the game so far.
I think we're going to have a challenge.
ATX are challenging
our first of the day. I thought I saw blue in between, but let's have another look with our improved camera vision. 120 FPS. Sorry, Adam, I stole your line.
Let's do it.
As Seattle takes a 4-point lead potentially here. You're looking at the ATX Pickleballers, Brene Brown in the ownership group. Let's have another look at this out call. With all 4 cameras we have on the line. Ooh. Oh boy.
I'm gonna say out.
That looks...
You just reached a new octave.
Yeah, fully non-committal, completely non-committal there.
That's a tight call.
But I always like to see on a tight call the immediate initial reaction of the players in the sidelines, and the Kawamotos were pretty adamant, and you don't see them that adamant very often. So Jay definitely thought that ball was good. We'll have to see. It's very, very close, obviously.
I will say, too, there's something to be said about different forms of aggression. In pickleball, it's so often talked about in the game of speed-ups. However, the Kawamotos and their dink placement, that was a perfect example of how you can get aggressive moving that ball around.
Yes, and it's both of those aspects have been on full display for ATX since the end change. More speed-ups and more aggressive dinks.
Looking at Vicky Ryan, one of the referees here for Major League Pickleball, as the Pickleballers from ATX are looking to regroup. Seattle, by the way, has advanced to at least the semifinals in all 3 MLP Season 1 events. They, of course, won Daytona as the 2 seed, lost in the semis in Mesa to New York. Ben Johns chatted with him a bit before this match. As loose as can be, and why wouldn't you be when you're the best player in the world? And they have also clinched a spot in Monday's super final, meaning that's the season finale, which will be a fun event to cover. The second spot in the super final with 60,000 players on the line individually will be determined based on what happens here in San Clemente. That ball was out. So alive, it looked out to me. I thought I saw blue in between. Megan Dizon made an honest call. The refs reviewed it.
At 16:10.
Let's listen in.
15 seconds.
I'm just glad I got one right. I was about 0 for 14 yesterday, so to get one right on a tight call like that, I'm feeling good about myself. Just too bad. I mean, you cannot have a better setup. Incredible dinks to the middle, out wide, creating a pop-up. So keep on keeping on Kawamoto's. That's the pattern, and that's the shot that you need to have on your paddle. She will not miss that one again, I guarantee.
Megan is on with 2 beautiful baseline strokes. Usually you'll drive that ball and drop the next, but gets placed back at the baseline, and she just goes for it again.
Sitting the net for Dizon and the Pioneers, so the Kawamotos will take the point and the serve.
The hop, skip, and the jump. She knew that she made a slight miss hit right when it contacted the paddle. Couldn't get it over the tape. Nice point.
Ooh, another error for the Seattle Pioneers. And here come the Pickleballers.
We saw the lob, and it's always interesting to see how teams manage that lob. For Etta Wright and Megan Dizon, they like to switch, so whoever's head that ball goes over, the partner takes the lob.
Another good play from the Kawamotos. Climbing back in.
Yep, firefights are definitely a type of point that can really switch momentum. Let's see if they can get something going in the later stages of this match.
And then into the net for Jackie Kawamoto, just looking to reset that ball, so the Pioneers are 2 points away from taking game 1. We will step aside and take a timeout as well and be back with the remainder of game 1 in this 4-game series.
Margaritaville over there by the entrance. Go say hi to them. They got some cool perks with some merch there. Fins up and paddles up. Also, our Knockaround sunglasses, they're in the house. They're over by hydration sponsor Cirkul, near the Chrome tank. Cirkul's handing out some free water bottles. Knockaround glasses, got prime time glasses. Don't break the bank.
Back for this first semifinal matchup between the Pickleballers and Pioneers. The Pioneers in the white on the right-hand side of your screen. On the left, you see Gabe Tardio and the ATX Pickleballers, Wes Gabrielson and JW Johnson, as they look on to their women's doubles team, who are trying to rally and pull a huge comeback against Megan Dizon and Etta Wright of the Seattle Pioneers. They are such a tough women's team to beat. There's a reason the Pioneers are the defending champs and also punch their ticket handedly to Monday's season finale. And game point now on the side for Seattle. We have reached the first freeze. If you're new with us, this means the Seattle Pioneers in the white can only win on their serve. Side out scoring on their side. Rally continues for the team in blue. Nope, won't even have to go there because Etta Wright finishes things on her terms. Megan Dizon and Etta Wright take game one for Seattle. They go up 1-0 in the series. All the pressure on JW Johnson and Gabe Tardio. We will progress to men's doubles after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Just miles away from the Pacific as we continue our coverage here with Major League Pickleball in our first semifinal matchup. Megan Dizon and Etta Wright are unbeaten so far in San Clemente as we throw it down to Cameron Blackwood standing by with the winners.
Thanks, Mish. Megan, playing against Jackie and Jade, knowing most of the balls are coming back, how are you and Etta able to open up the court for those putaways?
That's actually exactly what we said to each other is everything's coming back. The point's not over till it's over. So just staying on it, staying tough from the start, and, yeah, sorry.
And Etta, we hear the term placement over power, but you guys really played placement with power. How important is control, especially in this game as it gets faster and faster?
I think it's really important. I think it goes hand in hand, control and power, but I think Megan and I were able to utilize both, and I think that worked out well for us today.
Seattle goes up 1-0. Mish, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. Now we move on to the men's doubles round here. Remember, it's best of 4 games, and so this is a dangerous scenario for the ATX Pickleballers because guess who is on the side of the Seattle Pioneers? It's Ben Johns and Tyler Loom. They haven't lost yet in the tournament together. JW Johnson in the blue is hoping to change that for the Pickleballers, but what do he and Gabe Tardio need to do to counter the best player in the world in Ben Johns?
Well, for me, Ben Johns is a consistent alpha. JW Johnson has flashes of brilliance and then occasionally gets a little passive with some of his play. JW Johnson, I believe, is coming out of his shell. He is gaining more confidence. He loves this MLP format. I think he's going to step up and play huge in the middle of the court and match the #1 player in the world, Ben Johns, in this men's doubles matchup.
You talked about J-Dub coming out of his shell. Well, I caught up with him and Gabe just prior to this matchup and asked about facing them in Mesa. He said this went 25-23, this exact same matchup. It went in favor of Ben and Tyler. However, he said he's going to keep it a little shisty. He said he's going to start with the hands because they're pretty slow on the other side. So you talk about coming out of the shell. JW Johnson with a smile and a smirk says that to me. So, I mean, some of the fastest hands are on the other side of Ben Johns, but J-Dub is not scared.
I think he's been hanging out with Hayden Patrick.
I think so.
That's definitely something Hayden would have said. So
somebody needs to rein that man in. No, I'm just kidding. JW Johnson, he's not very emotional on the court, nor is Ben Johns. 24 years old. He is based out of Austin, Texas. He's been pro since 2016, and he has taken the pickleball world by storm since. He is so methodical in his approach. An engineer major, just recently graduated college, and he approaches pickleball in the same methodical way. He has a black book on every single player on the pro tour as we get you going here with first serve. Patient point to start. JW Johnson finds a rare hole on the side of the Seattle Pioneers.
yeah, very nice flip from a low position from JW after some crazy gets from Ben Johns. I've been on the court with him as an opponent. It's just so annoying, so frustrating.
Gabe Tardio was on. The hands battle just missed into the net.
That's exactly right. When you get Ben in these spots and you're just so comfortable, you get everything you ever wanted, and then he somehow neutralizes it. Couldn't have been a better initial counter from Gabe Tardio, but Ben there.
Catches JW Johnson that time. Tyler Loom, a lefty. One thing we haven't touched on in the complexity of the Seattle Pioneers in white is that they have 2 forehands in the middle. And when one of those forehands is Ben Johns, it's a dangerous team.
Yeah, without a doubt. So look for the ATX Pickleballers to potentially spread the ball more towards that outside range. The big matchup to watch here is Gabe Tardio in front of Ben Johns. You've seen them go to the backside a bit more here.
Set out, point
The loose air on the dinks from Tyler Loom, one of the more consistent dinkers out there. Also, Tyler Loom, big backhand counter, but when he's playing with Ben Johns, he slides to his right and goes big lefty forehand. So very important to note a difference for Tyler Loong when you're playing with your standard partner or playing with Ben Johns. You have to adjust your game because you know he's going to be there in the middle for you. So nice job by Tyler making that adjustment.
What a finish for the Pickleballers, taking over a 1-point lead on the unbeaten Seattle Pioneers. Alert for Tyler Loong, and that's another advantage of having the lefty on the right side.
But you've seen the same third shot from the ATX Pickleballers. Something to note, they're going at that left shoulder, just interior of that left shoulder of Tyler Loong, trying to get him uncomfortable on the fourth.
Another patient point gone in favor of the Pickleballers. J.W. Johnson, world class at his craft. Wow, and a tag to Ben Johns from J.W. Johnson.
And a great read. Tyler Loong loves that inside-out forehand. J.W. Johnson all over it and hitting Ben Johns in the left hip. You do not see that too often.
And how many have we now seen where they've gone to that inside out forehand? Like you mentioned, that we had 2 third shot drives, then 2 drops that same direction, and they are reading that next ball.
Oh, what a play from Loong. Point of the game so far, won by Ben Johns. Let's have another look at this one. How did Loong get this back?
It's unbelievable. We heard, I exclaimed, the fans exclaimed, unbelievable play from all 4.
Into the net for J.W. Johnson, and just like that, the Seattle Pioneers in white right back in. Loong on a serve trailing by 1. Just barely missing for J.W. Johnson, tie game.
And again, J-Dub going straight ahead of him, trying to attack Tyler Loong right into the body to create the pop-up. Watch for Gabe Tardio, though, to be disciplined. We've saw 1 speed up from him to this point.
Oh, what a counter from Tyler Loong. Quick hands there.
Yes, it's a good thing to monitor on the right side players. Tyler Loong, I don't expect to hardly speed up at all, and I expect Gabe Tardio to have some kind of hybrid between rock solid, consistent play and sneaking in some attacks. So 2 different ways to get it done on the right side, and I think both have a lot of merit to them.
J.W. Johnson all over the opportunity to speed it up on that pop-up chance. Tie game.
Well, and you talk about control. J.W. Johnson having great control with that wrist on the outstretch, being able to pull that back to the line.
Side out, point 9.
Johns and Loong take back a 1-point lead. Reminder, in his rally scoring games to 21, the format is gender doubles, and then 2 mixed doubles games, which will determine the outcome of the match. Loong into the net that time. Tie game continues on championship court. This one is tight.
Very nice bounce attack from J.W. Johnson.
Ernie from Tyler Loong, a second one and a beauty.
Well, I mean, that's really the only offense that we're going to see from Tyler Loong, as he's going to be the rock for Ben John, so you got to stay away from that spot.
Just missing Tyler Loong, a good spot for the Pickleballers.
Now on that backhand side for Tyler Loong on the outside foot.
A rare miss from Ben John. So J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio, the first team to 11. We will change ends and resume the rest of this thrilling matchup after this short break.
Be sure to check out the Skechers Performance Booth to learn more about the Skechers Viper Core Pro shoes. You can see the Skechers logo right over there. Designed for optimal movement and maximum comfort. Performance comfort on the court. Guess what? I got a couple Skechers visors right now. Here you go. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Got it. Got it. I have Wes Gabrielson.
I guess we got some time here. I got some Knockaround sunglasses. I know it's a little cloudy right now, but who wants some Knockaround sunglasses? Who wants some Knockaround sunglasses?
The ATX Pickleballers off to a 1-point lead as we check in now with Cameron Blackwood standing by with Wes Gabrielson to learn more.
Wes, in such a tight game like this, only up by 1, are there any changes that you would like to be seen?
Well, we just got to stay loose and play discipline and have some fun.
Thank you so much, Mish. Back to you.
Cameron, thanks. As we resume play, J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio. Let's get to know them a bit better. J.W. Johnson turns 21 in November. Gabe Tardio turns 18 in October. He was introduced to pickleball at 14 years old. His grandfather built a pickleball court in Bolivia. Ben Johns responding with a vengeance.
Yeah, great spot up the middle from Ben Johns. Gabe Tardio stepping to his right, thinking Ben was going to go for the angle, and a perfect spot from Benny Boy.
New to pickleball, Ben Johns would be your player to watch. Best in class in all categories, singles, men's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Well, he's a materials engineer. He can make a paddle for you. So
yes.
Whatever. He can do it all.
In fact, he just did with the Perseus he's playing with.
Wow, J.W. Johnson strikes first down the middle. Gabe Tardio was there to finish.
Gabe Tardio doing a solid job right here. Watch the shift from him, recognizing the speed up and countering back with the big two-hand backhand sliding to that right side.
Tyler Loom left that one dangling. J.W. Johnson all over it.
Yes, so good from J.W. Johnson. And like I said, Tyler Loom impressed that he's able to go with these forehand counters, which is not characteristic for him, but he's getting a little jammed up these last few minutes. Got to figure it out.
Ooh, wow. Ben Johns, the fact that he almost got to that one. A Mr. Ernie attempt from Tyler Loom. Miscommunication means a 2-point lead for the Pickleballers. Gabe Tardio in the blue. Back to serve.
You'll take all of those in Major League Pickleball. An ace.
Errors accumulating on the side of Johns and Loom, a sight we are not used to seeing on their side.
There's the two-handed backhand counter. We haven't seen one from Tyler Loom yet, and a pretty good one. So definitely that is going to decide the match, is the counterattack ability of Tyler Loom, because they are definitely going at him aggressively.
Big finish for Tyler Loom. Steps in on that lefty forehand down the middle.
Well, and you can see just how active Tyler Loom is going to be off the edge. They're trying to apply that much more pressure. It also gets Ben Johns more involved covering that middle.
I mean, I like the spot switch from J.W. Johnson that has hooked that ball right at Tyler Loom the last few times. Just incredible hands from Ben Johns, who has not seen that ball come at him from that angle yet this match, and he's still on it.
Wow, just when you think the Pickleballers had a gap to run away with it, in comes Ben Johns.
Well, and you started to recognize in that rally that Ben Johns has had to block more often than not. You haven't seen a ton of speed ups until that very last contact because he's covering so much court laterally right now. He's been focused on blocking that ball back, looking for opportunities to be aggressive now.
Oh, what a grab, J.W. Johnson. How did you do this? He's a magician.
Yes, and J.W. and Ben Johns looking for the Burt. He's coming across for the Burt. Ben Johns, nobody home on the backside.
The ability to make that decision in less than a split second of time. So impressive from the young J.W. Johnson. Oh, and a foot fault called on Ben Johns. How about the defense of the 17-year-old Gabe Tardio?
Unreal, and Tyler Loom, one of the loosest arms out there. He absolutely destroys the pickleball when it goes up high. Nice defensive hands for the soon-to-be 18-year-old.
called on JW Johnson in the blue. Serve returns to the Seattle Pioneers. Tyler Loom and Ben Johns. This game is wild. Big put away from JW Johnson. ATX steals back the lead.
What I did like, though, even though the Seattle Pioneers didn't come away with the point, is they pushed Tardio off of the center line, getting the pressure applied to him on that right side to get Ben involved.
Into the net for JW Johnson. Tough one to give up. Tie game continues.
Yeah, rare short point for the fellas.
Wow, Loon misses into the net. The Pickleballers 2 points away from evening out the series here.
Great extension from Gabe Tardio, taking the time away from Tyler Loon, who rarely misses dinks. But when you're leaning in that far, anything can happen.
Tyler Loon comes up clutch with the forehand earnings.
Well, you talked about it. The two forehands are in the middle, but this is what it also frees you up to do. Tyler Loom jumping the corner, opening up the forehand. That allows him to drop that wrist and redirect.
Ben Johns gets the pop-up chance he wanted. Point construction perfect on his side. Seattle with game point as they hit the freeze and the serve of Tyler Loom.
Yes, point construction at a premium out here with all this talent, and Ben Johns the best in the game at it. Got exactly what he wanted to. Gabe Tardio, really quality attempt on the defense, just couldn't come up with that last ball.
How will this one resolve? Can the Pickleballers come back? We will answer that next. Cloudy conditions here in San Clemente, California. The crowd doesn't mind. They are in full force here for Major League Pickleball. There is truly nothing else like it. Nobody else does it the way Major League Pickleball does. It is a team format event. The draft took place in December. The teams were formed, 2 men, 2 women. And it all comes down to event number 3 here in season 1. Tyler Loom looking to finish it for his team. Wide for Ben Johns. What a push for J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio. We are tied up, 20 points apiece.
Yeah, jab step to his right from Ben Johns, I think froze Tyler Loom, and unfortunately he was late getting forward for that short ball. Just challenged the best player in the world right at the right shoulder and finished with the 2-shot combination at 20-20 in the MLP semifinals. J.W. Johnson, let's go.
J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio with a chance to close it here.
21-20.
Just long for Gabe Tardio. He can't believe it. How smart of a play, though, from Ben Johns to pull Tardio to his right, create the gap down the middle. And just like that, Seattle with a chance to tie it. On their serve, we're in the freeze on both sides. Side-out scoring. A miss from J.W. Johnson. We're tied up.
He has been so good on that forehand side, creating opportunities. We've talked about the multiple speed ups, not only up the line, but he's even attacked Ben Johns. That one just clipping the top.
J.W. Johnson forces the air wide, and the serve returns to the Pickleballers.
And a slight miscommunication in the middle, and when Tyler Loom is all the way over to his right looking for Ernie, sometimes that is the pitfall of that. We've already seen him with some quality Ernies, but it goes both ways.
No, J.W. Johnson into the net.
Yeah, he wanted to speed up, and the ball just dropped enough. He changed his mind to a soft shot, which was the right choice, just too little, too late for J-Dub.
Johnson sends it long. Game point back on the side of Seattle.
That ball between Ben and Tyler has to be so pinpoint accurate. Again, they talk about the miscommunication right there. A good move from Tyler Loom to be able to counter that dropping the hips down.
J.W. Johnson long again. Tyler Loom and Ben Johns claw their way back in. They take this game 23-21 and a 2-game lead on the ATX Pickleballers. Wow, what a game. And we will chat it over with the winners and what exactly just happened from their perspective after this.
The Seattle Pioneers were tested in men's doubles, but Ben and Tyler prevailed as we check in now with Cameron Blackwood standing by with the winners.
Thanks, Mish. Tyler, we saw a Burt, multiple Ernies by you. Ben just said he missed out an opportunity there. You guys won 25-23 last time. What did you know you were going to have to execute again well to get the win?
Just play super solid. I mean, J-Dub and Tardio are super impressive, very consistent. So we just wanted to maintain our game plan and play solid.
We know there's such an advantage with 2 forehands in the middle, but how much an advantage is just Tyler's movement for you to really set up the point?
Yeah, you know, it's great. You can always be confident he's going to be scrapping at the baseline, gets us in with the drops, and love the lateral movement. You know, he shifts and counters forehands really well, which I think is tough for people to play. So playing with somebody that moves as well as him is definitely really nice.
Pioneers up 2-0. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. So we will move on to the mixed doubles round. And remember, the coin toss at the beginning, the Pickleballers won it. They chose to react. So the Pioneers will put their duo out. I'm guessing they would go with their best duo here in the mixed doubles format, to which the ATX Pickleballers can pick their matchup. Adam Stone, Cameron Irwin in the booth. Cameron, starting with you, what are you anticipating, strategically speaking, in this one?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who they put out first in terms of the ATX Pickleballers. I imagine J.W. Johnson's going to be coming out as they need to get that win, or else this match is over. So the big question is, which Kawamoto? And I think J.W. Johnson's going to still be figuring that out. This is a team that has had a solid performance in each of the disciplines, whether it's gender doubles, mixed doubles, and even into that singles. They are 5-5 in terms of those dream breakers. So it'd be interesting to see, but plenty of communication taking place with Wes Gabrielson and this crew.
So with the Pioneers, the one, if they do have a liability, it would be the partnership of Megan Dazan and Tyler Loom, who have dropped a couple of games here so far in this tournament. So I would imagine we're going to see Ben Johns first from the Seattle Pioneers to close it out in 3, or perhaps the insurance route. They'll go with Ben Johns in the 4th game. We will see what the matchup will be. And before we get to that, let's chat about the Seattle Pioneers already punching their ticket through to the Super Final on Monday night, the season finale, based on their cumulative event points from both Mesa and Daytona Beach. And of course, they earn enough points here in San Clemente to earn their right on Monday night. It's a promotion and relegation system. We'll dive into that more after this and check in with the mixed doubles matchup next. Welcome back to Championship Court. We are moments away from first serve in this first of potential 2 mixed doubles matchup. The ATX Pickleballers won the toss, so they got to react to whoever the Seattle Pioneers put out first. They opted to go with Tyler Loom and Megan Dizon, who has been the team that has struggled for the Seattle Pioneers, which is shocking because this team doesn't struggle with many areas of their game, but if there is a liability on this team, it could be these two. So out came Gabe Tardio and Jade Kawamoto. You felt this was the right choice, Adam? Why?
Sure, you need both. You need both. You're down 0-2, you need both. So we have a B team out there for the Pioneers, and so they are countering with their B team in Jade Kawamoto and Gabe Tardio. So it makes a lot of sense to me.
Jade Kawamoto will be our first server here on Championship Court. Thrilled to have you with us on Tennis Channel. Thanks so much for joining. Cameron Irwin, Michelle McMahon, Adam Stone in the booth, Cameron Blackwood on the sideline. You are watching the semifinal matchup, the first of 2 here on Championship Court from San Clemente, California. We are in the mixed doubles round. In the net goes Tyler Loom, the Pickleballers, with the first point of the game.
1-0.
Down the middle for Tyler Loom.
A really nice spot from him, and
a total change in mindset for Gabe Tardio and Tyler Loong, who were supporting their male play partners just a few minutes ago. Now they are the alphas on the court and need to create offense. It's definitely something that is not easy just to switch to.
Well, and it's also intriguing with this matchup with Tyler Loong being a lefty. You have a head-to-head battle in mixed doubles as opposed to the ladies being across from one another. So the patterns start to shift and change in terms of trying to get the men involved.
Absolutely. Jade Kawamoto going for that offensive shot a little too far off of the kitchen line. Megan Dazan making her pay.
Just wide there for Loong. Gabe Tardio will take us back.
I think they thought briefly about challenging that. They decide not to, though.
Big play from Tardio, handcuffing Loong.
What a play from Tardio right there. That is not an easy ball. You think that ball's gonna bounce. It actually drops relatively low, so Tardio dropping his body alongside with it, still finding that shoulder height attack.
4-2.
Yeah, nice job from Dazan. Tardio leaking to the middle of the court to use his forehand, but Dazan just enough cross court on the two-handed backhand to keep him off balance.
Into the net for Dazan.
I like the two-hand backhand counter, though, from Dazan, and you could tell immediately after contact, she hit this so well, she goes crashing in looking for the forehand finish.
And then jamming up Kawamoto was another big swing from Dazan. She is such a powerful female on tour.
Clean on the first forehand volley, very nice.
Just long for Loong. What is the way to beat Dazan and Loong? A couple of teams have figured it out, so where would you suggest Kawamoto and Tardio continue to target?
I think moving the ball around is a good option here. It's hard at this moment right now to just say you should target Megan Dazan. She's playing so well. So play the high percentage, work a few more balls to her, and be careful of that big lefty forehand of Tyler Loong. But you can't just flat out target Megan Dazan these days. She's playing so well on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
2-point lead for the Pickleballers in blue.
I think there's something to be said, too, about the cross-court battle between Loong and Kawamoto. They're known to have just incredible hands, especially up dinking cross-court. So I think there could be a little bit of trouble coming that direction, potentially, because Loong, not necessarily as offensive when he does find the backhand. You just have to be wary, obviously, of the Ernie.
Yes, and it's fine. I think he's one of those players that you can be comfortable with the female dinking cross court with him. He has a nice middle and inside out speed up with the forehand, but not a lot of offense on the backhand side for Tyler Loong.
Looks like the ball is being
Michelle, you're
tested potentially or traded out. There could be either a crack or could be misformed.
Okay, so we heard Ron Ponder say you can challenge to see if the ball deforming affected the play, but he said it would be very, very difficult to actually make a ruling on that ball affecting play. So interesting situation there. We're about to get back going again.
Loong will serve to Kawamoto. The Pioneers could close out the match here with a win with their mixed doubles team in white.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And in pool play, we play out all 4 matches no matter what. But in these elimination rounds, if you get to 3, you win.
What a spot on the dink.
Well, and that's exactly what the spot I was just talking about. Can you get Tyler Loom chasing that backhand where he is less offensive?
Just wide for Tardio, trying to pick his spots on Megan Dizon's backhand.
And I heard Wes Gabrielson's voice saying, that's all right. He likes the pattern and what they got there. Just a loose error from Gabe, and that's part of the deal. It's okay, stick with it.
8-9.
Wes Gabrielson, 3 gold medals to his name in men's doubles. Just back for Dizon. Was the lob the right choice?
Well, it's an interesting choice in terms of it being right on that right foot off the bounce. So clearly she caught them looking at it from behind it, but a little tough as that also went over the forehand side of Tardio to finish my thought.
Yes, and Emma, we've talked about it a couple times. It's the reasonable idea wrong ball. And so I don't want her to go away from that. Just pick a little bit better ball to try it.
Ooh, what a spot and a drop for Jade Kawamoto, and the ATX Pickleballers are up by 2, the first team to 11, so we will change ends and return with the rest of this mixed doubles matchup after this short break.
Why would the tennis player only play pickleball on Sundays? Anyone? Anyone? Because pickleballs are holy.
Y'all missed your chance for a great photo.
All right, speaking of Sunday, y'all, happy Sunday. We have a Sunday Friday everybody here. I'm gonna give a free chicken wing. Polo men's Polo only are the official Polo of the Major League Pickleball. Who wants his Polo? Who wants his Polo? Everything here is 20% off here at the Spike Booth.
The crowd has been electric for Major League Pickleball in our first of 2 semifinal matchups. Energy and confidence were 2 words Wes Gabrielson felt his team needed to play with to take down Seattle, as we check in now with Cameron Blackwood standing by with Wes.
Wes, this is a must win for you guys, down 0-2, but you chose to react with winning the toss. Why choose this team up first?
Well, Gabe played so well in that match, and I know JW did as well, but Gabe's hot, and we're confident that they can get it done, so we wanted to put him on the court.
Thanks, Wes. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. It is a must-win situation for the Pickleballers. Gabe Tardio back to serve. What is working on their side right now?
Well, I just want to mention that Dave Fleming, the GM, and Ben Johns, they had the option to choose Colin Johns, but they didn't with their last pick. They picked Tyler Loom for this exact moment, mixed doubles. Let's see if my man Tyler can step up big here. Not so much on that ball. That's Jake Kawamoto coming in hot with the two-hander right past Tyler Loom. Big-time power from Jake Kawamoto.
Mixed doubles really stretches your decision-making to an extent where you want to find the backside of the fella, but at the same time, you want to create opportunities.
What a point there for Megan Dizon, splitting the difference down the middle.
Yes, and she tried the exact same shot a few points ago, and Jade Kawamoto came up with a phenomenal drop. That time, Dizon all over it.
Finesse shot from Tardio, throws a hand up, but that would have been a deceptive shot no matter what.
When you throw it up with a prayer, right?
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. It did clip the tape, but I like the decision. No one was even going to be close to that ball, no matter what.
Deep for Tardio. What a point for the Seattle Pioneers. Dizon and Liu got to earn that one.
Megan Dizon backing off and finding an incredible job in the transition zone, just totally using her length on each side of her body. Beautifully done on the counters.
Wow, what defense from Dizon. Tardio does one better.
I can't describe to you how much cleaner and better the back of the court and the mid-court play is for Megan Dizon in these last 6 months to a year. Incredible adjustments from her in her game.
Just back for Dizon. Dave Fleming echoed those same sentiments. Worked a lot with Megan Dizon over the season and is blown away by her progression. Tardio stays patient, catches Loom.
Yes, and he is very good at manipulating his wrist with some awkward paddle positions and great deception on that shot as Tyler Loom very much handcuffed on that ball.
Pickleballers jump out to the biggest lead so far of the match, up by 5 on the Pioneers in a must-win situation.
Tennis Channel's coverage of Major League Pickleball is brought to you in part by Margaritaville. Escape to your personal paradise. Stay, play, live, and dine in Margaritaville. By Aura Organic. Fuel your lifestyle with Aura, the cleanest, most powerful plant-based supplements. And by Toyota Prius. Toyota Prius. It's ace now. Tennis Channel's coverage of Major League Pickleball is brought to you in part by Margaritaville. Escape to your personal paradise. Stay, play, live, and dine in Margaritaville. By Aura Organic. Fuel your lifestyle with Aura, the cleanest, most powerful plant-based supplements. And by Toyota Prius. Toyota Prius. It's ace now.
Back in beautiful San Clemente, California. the Lifetime Athletic Country Club. They played host to us all weekend long. We've been spoiled with the best pickleball talent in the world. We continue on with this mixed doubles game. Big put away from Gabe Tardio down the line in a must-win situation.
Yes, and I've been very impressed throughout the weekend with the inside-out forehand of Jade Kawamoto, not only on dinks, but speed-ups as well. Great deception.
Oh, how'd he find that angle?
Hey, you pay for the whole paddle, you might as well use it. My goodness, that was an edge guard if I've ever seen one.
I don't know how he came up with this. Gabe Tardio just off the tip.
17 years old, Tardio. Handcuffs to Zahn. ATX in good position here.
And if you're looking to finish out a match, this is the way to get it done. I love the emphasis from Tardio, sitting in the middle right now, bringing the pace and especially the hand speed.
What a finish. Megan Design jumps right in to put that ball away.
Yeah, great athleticism from both of the Pioneers there. And to correct what I said earlier, Gabe Tardio does not pay for his paddles. He gets them free, so sorry about that. When you're that good, you get them for free.
It's a good one-liner, though. Into the boot, into the net for Dazan.
And that's a really tough ball coming off the paddle of Gabe Tardio to have to slice back. There's backspin on that ball already, so oftentimes you'll see topspin roll back off of that.
Game point for ATX and just shy for Jade Kawamoto.
Yeah,
game point save for Seattle.
Yeah, decent spot on the drop, though. I like her going over there to the backhand side of Tyler Loom. Just couldn't come up with it.
ATX is in the freeze. They can only win on their serve. Into the net for Loom. What a place for Kawamoto to find in the backcourt. Game point returns to ATX.
Watch out for Megan Dazan on the overhead. Product of BYU, doing a really nice job. She's got all the power she needs coming from the tennis game.
Not like this. Gabe Tardio, another trickler. This time he was not trying to drop volley. He was trying to keep his opponent's back, but he will absolutely take it.
What an angle from Tyler Loom. Rally scoring continues on their side as they accumulate points and save another game point.
Yeah, and Cam talked about Megan Dazan being playing some tennis at BYU. So did Tyler Loom, and so did Etta Wright at BYU Hawaii. So 3 of the 4 Pioneers involved in BYU, and all very, very good racket sport backgrounds.
And then, of course, the Kawamotos, we mentioned, University of Dayton. Lots of strong tennis player. Gabe Tardio, a former top 10 player in Bolivia, in the under 14 group in tennis. Gabe Tardio reaches in and just flicks it down the middle.
I tell you what, obviously, Tyler Loom has had some trouble with that inside-out ball from Jade Kawamoto with a couple pop-ups, but even more importantly, he can't be a presence in the middle when she possesses that shot. Great job of neutralizing his court positioning by Jade Kawamoto.
Wow, Tyler Loom, have yourself an angle.
Well, it's funny because Gabe Tardio's out there trying to direct traffic, saying, go, and Tyler saw the job going back in the opposite direction.
Trouble brewing for ATX. They've had now 3 game points, can't seal it.
Gabe Tardio comes up big again on the backhand. Game point number 4 for ATX.
And then for the Seattle Pioneers, that's really tough. Just no offensive opportunities allowed because of the dink placement down at the feet, ball not coming up.
And another point for Seattle while they remain on rally scoring. Why can't ATX seem to find a way to close this one?
Well, last night they played an amazing match against the Fortis Mesh. They came out hot, got a huge lead, and then had a little lapse there in the middle. So starting strong and finishing strong are not the same thing. You must seal the deal. It's not easy with how talented these opponents are.
Fans and puppies alike are welcomed here with Major League Pickleball. Fans abound. We've got 2 semifinal matchups coming your way. This is a promotion and relegation system as Major League Pickleball is introducing that to many American sports fans who are not 100% familiar unless you're, of course, a big soccer fan. So points are at a premium here for all the ownership groups. There are 24 total teams, 12 in the Premier level, 12 in the Challenger level. This is the finale for Season 1 for the Premier level teams.
8 seconds.
And so the points that these teams capture at these events are cumulative and will determine where each team will land come 2024. This is the first of 2 semifinal matchups, as we mentioned, coming up.
17-20.
It's another thrilling matchup. We'll dive into that in just a moment. Ooh, into the net for Dazan. So the Pickleballers, they need to go.
Yeah, and a nice change of spot there from Tardio going to the backhand side of Megan Dazan.
Game point number 5 for ATX. Wow, Gabe Tardio didn't carry, hit an out ball. That's the way you want to end it. And the ATX Pickleballers are still alive against the defending champs, the Seattle Pioneers. We are going 4 games.
Love the way they came back out of the timeout, changed their target, and really pressured Megan Dazan on the dink. You saw her constantly having to shift off that kitchen line and then ultimately creating an opportunity for some offense.
Gabe Tardio, he's 17 years old, and he's hoping for his first ever Major League Pickleball Championship will return and talk it over with the winners.
You will be having a dance off, y'all. You better be ready. I want to see you all on your feet.
The ATX Pickleballers were in a must-win situation. Jade Kawamoto and Gabe Tardio found a way to do it. Let's check in now with Cameron Blackwood to talk it over with the winners.
Thanks, Michelle. Jade, 5 game points in order to take that one. You guys had a timeout right there. We saw Wes talking to you as well as your sister Jackie. What were they telling you to make sure you got this win?
Yeah, I think I was getting my drops way too high, thinking about it too much. So I just had to take a second, just know my drop's my best shot, so stop thinking about it so much. And finally, I got one into the kitchen, and we were able to get in and close it.
You're a completely different player in this mix. How were you able to regroup mentally from losing that men's doubles to making sure you got this win and keeping ATX in this?
I mean, yeah, it was tough losing that men's match, especially. It was really close. I thought we were the better team, but that happens. I mean, we're 0-2. Like, I can't be, you know, I gotta be like 100%. If we still have a shot to win this match. We got one mix more, and you know, just have to give my 100% and not be complaining about that loss.
Thanks. Back to you, Michelle.
Cameron, thanks. Yesterday, Gabe Tardio gave a shout out to his brother who was watching his pickleball match in the corner of a party. He has 3 other siblings. I asked him about this and what the deal was there, and he said his brother was getting made fun of when he was watching a pickleball match instead of engaging with his friends in Bolivia. Kind of funny. So now we turn to the second mixed doubles matchup. Ben Johns takes the front and center stage with his partner, Etta Wright. If you are new to pickleball, this is the guy to know. Ben Johns, one of the greatest players of all time. He has over 80 PPA titles to his name, more Triple Crowns than any other player on the tour. He is just 24 years old. He's incredible with his positioning, his shot selection, you name it, he's got it. Etta Wright, you mentioned the background, the tennis background, BYU, Hawaii for Etta Wright. She turned pro in 2022. It hasn't been that long since she's been on the tour. These two are the team to beat. The Pickleballers have their choice of who to match up with against Seattle. They chose to go JW Johnson and Jackie Kawamoto to have their shot at winning this match or getting back into this match. It's a must-win situation for ATX. Your thoughts, Cameron?
You want A team versus A team, B team versus B team, and the ATX Pickleballers need both of the mixed doubles to get to that dream breaker. They're sealing the deal there. That's where their hopes are because they are 5-5 in dream breakers, so unafraid to send it that far.
Let's get to know JW Johnson a little bit better. 20 years old. He's based out of South Florida. Has a strong tennis background, as does his partner, Jackie Kawamoto. She's 27 years old, turned pro in 2020, played Division I college tennis.
Game 4.
The argument goes on between who has faster hands, JW Johnson or Ben Johns. We'll, I guess, resolve that here. Maybe not. Who knows? They're both pretty good. That's a bird from Ben Johns in the opening point.
Yes, and I talked about it earlier. So an Ernie is when you jump the kitchen in front of you. If you jump the kitchen in front of your partner, it's a Bert. There you go, Bert and Ernie.
Point.
Etta Wright calling that one just out of bounds, but Etta Wright, this is also a nice area of her game. You saw her playing that left side alongside Megan Dazan. She can shift from both the right and the left, utilized here in mixed doubles on the right.
Yes, that versatility usually comes a little more in the heart or the later stages of your career. So to have that ability to switch back and forth early on, really nice stuff from Etta Wright.
Side out, point 3.
Ben Johns, big early. He had a statement point to start.
3-1.
Tough player to beat in any scenario, especially mixed.
And Etta Wright doing a solid job. That's a little bit of a different swinging volley. She's not putting a ton of topspin on. She flattens it out and creates a downward trajectory at the feet of Kawamoto.
Ooh, into the net for Ben Johns. Doesn't miss much. What is the recipe to beating this Seattle team when you're matching up against Ben Johns, or is there one?
hit it to his partner a lot. I'm just joking, I'm totally joking there. But yes, it is a situation where if you let him take complete control of the match, you're going to be in trouble. So you got to punch him in the mouth a little bit. You got to take your shots. You got to be aggressive when you get an opportunity. That is the key.
An incredible lob from Jackie Kawamoto. How is she able to burn Ben Johns?
Just an absolute dagger. If you're going to look for a lob, you want to go over the off shoulder of the person in front of you, up the line. A beautiful shot over the left. Not much Ben Johns can do there.
How about the Ernie on the backhand of Etta Wright? She makes it look easy.
Yeah, she's just there waiting for it, and just a nice luxury for Ben to have is a partner that can Ernie just like Tyler Loom, shrinking the court, forcing the ball to the best player in the world.
Into the net goes J.W. Johnson.
What you might be missing too if you're new to the game of pickleball is in these cross-court dink rallies, you can see different types of spin being utilized. Right now, Etta Wright working with more of a cut, creating backspin on the ball, whereas Kawamoto is going to be working more with that top spin roll, trying to create some offense.
That angle too good to handle. What a shot from J.W. Johnson. His forearm strength and wrist ability is second to none.
Yeah, really nice. Always talk about not just the pace and spin he creates, but how short of a stroke it is, and it's probably that combination the best in the game.
Tagged by Ben Johns with J.W. Johnson. Rarely do you see him get beat.
Tough though, that one I think coming just off the top of the net gets redirected to the backhand side of J-Dub.
Ooh, looks like a double hit on the side of Seattle. So ATX takes back the point and the serve, down 3.
So really nice speed up there from Etta Wright off the bounce, very deceptive. It looks the exact same as her forehand slicing cross court. She instead goes through the middle.
And then Ben Johns forces her into that situation.
Yeah, that's right, and so there's a gap there, it just closes so quickly. So to be a presence in the middle and get back and not just block, counter the backhand, well done from Ben Johns.
Oh, point of the game so far.
Well, Michelle, you asked at the top of this matchup, where can there maybe be something found against Ben Johns? And it's in mixed doubles, if you can try and create a little offense from the female standing in front. We've seen Georgia Johnson take him down in that regard. And right now, Jackie Kawamoto is looking for opportunities.
Georgia Johnson, of course, the younger sister of J.W. Johnson. They are usual partners on tour.
And that's one of the fun nuances of Major League Pickleball. You play with partners that some of these players haven't played with before ever. And you're looking at Megan Dizon, who looks on for her team. How much confidence does it give you for any of these Seattle Pioneers when you have Ben Johns as your anchor?
No, definitely, absolutely true. Ben, it's all facets of the game and a real calming, logical presence out there as well, which really helps, you know, keep those other three teammates very even-keeled. And to touch on what Cameron said, it is tough because the guys are taking way more court in mixed doubles, so they do get spread out a little bit. It slows their hands up some, so you got to take some offensive opportunities.
Let's check in now, the Seattle Pioneers, and get Tyler Loon's thoughts with Cameron Blackwood.
Tyler, you and Megan haven't had the best results here this weekend, but there's some strategy behind that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. Ben told me he wanted to play the fourth game, and so we're a team, so that's why we're doing it, I'd like to say.
Thanks, Tyler. Back to you, Michelle.
Well, that was nice of them. They just want Ben Johns to take the floor and clean things up. That's fair strategy, I suppose.
An anchor's an anchor.
Just wanted to give him a little bit of a warm-up because the championship match is, of course, today, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be back here on Tennis Channel. Thrilled to have you with us. Oh, J.W. Johnson steps in.
Well, you talked about Johnson and Johnson. That's Georgia and J-Dub playing alongside one another. So J.W. has the equation for success in regards to the pinpoint accuracy, the spots and timing in which he feels that Jackie needs to be the aggressor. He's doing a really nice job staying connected through the speed up.
To your point, Georgia and J.W. Johnson, the only team to beat Ben Johns and Annalie Waters on the PPA Tour. Let's see what's going on courtside.
What just happened?
Some
Very interesting.
speculation.
Challenging
At football was called, so they are challenging, they being the ATX Pickleballers, on J.W. Johnson. Look at those twinkle toes. I feel like he's... Okay, let's have another look. Oh, yeah. He caught it. So that's what we call the no volley zone. That line signifies the area you are not allowed to step on or into when you're taking a ball out of the air. It's one of the neutralizers of the sport of pickleball, especially when you're distinguishing it between tennis and badminton, whatever other sport you want to compare it to. The Pickleballers discussing their strategy here. What should their strategy be? Down 6 to the best of the best. Where are you telling them to target? Obviously, at a right, one would think, when you're playing against Ben Johns, but where? Where on her?
It's hard to target a player who does not miss shots. So it's a very tough situation, and we've seen Jackie try to create some offense against Ben and then have JW clean up. Maybe JW starts the fire a little bit more and see how that works for them.
ATX Pickleballers, you lose your free timeout or free video challenge. You have one remaining. Seattle Pioneers, you have 3 video challenges remaining.
Okay. Pioneers have all 3 of their challenges remaining. The Pickleballers in the blue only have 1 left. Might as well use it, right? Give a little break in the action, hold momentum if they can. Wow, that's a big put away from J.W. Johnson. I was just going to say, as solid as Ben Johns is, at her right is such a good wingwoman in mixed doubles. She doesn't miss a lot either.
No, and her game has grown leaps and bounds since stepping on the pickleball court. You might be able to at times in the beginning of her career, find some space laterally, making her have to cover middle, but now she's done a really job solidifying that.
Oh, that was almost an identical lob that we saw in the beginning parts of this one. Just barely misses. And Jackie Kawamoto, so deceptive with that lob. Down the line for Ben Johns, catches the tape. That's an unfortunate bounce for ATX.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a stutter step from Ben Johns as he works the entire length of the court, recognizing that J-Dub sees the exact same hole that he does.
Here you go, Pioneer. Go, Etta. Go, Ben.
14-7.
Fight. Ben Johns isn't going to lose that battle anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the no-go zone. 3 main players in the male pickleball game that you just really have to be careful with attacking their forehand. Riley Newman, Ben Johns, and of course J.W. Johnson, 2 of the 3 on court right now.
J.W. Johnson cleans up. They need to see more of that on the side of ATX to have a chance in this one.
Yeah, and it really comes down to those first contacts up at the kitchen line. You've seen some really nice volleys from J.W. Johnson applying the pressure.
Side out.
Tough break there on the missed drop. So yeah, so creating a couple quick points with drive and drive and crash can be good. And when you get up at the kitchen line, I'm okay with this grind between Kawamoto and Etta Wright. There's just not a lot of good options for ATX.
Into the net for Ben Johns. Side out and point.
J.W. Johnson taking a little bit of the pace off there. I think Ben expected that to come at greater depth.
Side out, point 17.
Seattle in closing distance.
Yeah, tough break for Kawamoto there.
Timeout,
Always
ATX.
tough when you have a great left side player. You try not to get beat to your right side, and so I think that's a little bit of a mistake, as you only have a sliver of court to cover. Just got her footwork a little flubbed on that one and created an error into the tape.
Ben Johns and the Seattle Pioneers could punch their ticket to the championship rounds taking place later on tonight. They are 4 points away. How do you keep hope alive on the side of ATX when you're down this big to a guy like Ben Johns and the team that has been here before?
Hey, at this point for the ATX Pickleballers in their first playoff appearance through the first season of Major League Pickleball in 2023, you have to be telling them anything's possible. I know that sounds simplified, but there's also something just on the other side of that 20-point mark, right? That freeze coming, and we have seen wild comebacks take place. 1 point at a time, keep them mentally locked in, and see if you can get J.W. Johnson a little bit of motive in terms of some big-time plays.
17-9.
Ben Johns, just too good and too heavy at the kitchen. Get this, and Adam, you're recently off the Pro Tour. This could be an $80,000 weekend for the individual players of Seattle. Winners of the championship get $20,000 each, and then $60K for Monday's super final. What does that tell you about the sport's growth in such a short amount of time?
Well, it tells me I retired too early. That's what it tells me. That's a chunk of change right there. Sport is growing leaps and bounds.
Not a bad weekend in the office. Miss for Jackie Kawamoto. She's looking at something she doesn't like.
Saving.
They're asking if there was a double hit in the middle of the point.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
And
I think Ben's just tossing it over, saying, yeah, it was in fact. They're not even going to question this.
That's good
sportsmanship from Ben Johns. He calls an honest game, clean lines. Clean calls there. Hopefully this resolves some way, somehow.
And they really have tried a variety of things, the ATX Pickleballers, some attacks at Ben. So I just think right now you grind cross-court, Kawamoto and Etta Wright, and just hope something special happens from JW Johnson. There's just not a lot of places to go, as we've mentioned a couple times.
So is there a team that can beat Seattle? That is the question. It seems like they will run away with this one, 2 points away from punching their ticket to the championships. JW Johnson keeping hope alive on his side.
12.
Well, that's 1 point of something special from JW Johnson. They're going to need several more.
19.
Miss there, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for ATX in the blue. Seattle now with match point on the paddle of Etta Wright. Into the net goes JW Johnson. That's not a way you want to see the Pickleballers go down, but credit to the defending champs. Seattle is on to their 2nd straight championship match. That one taking place tonight. Who they'll face, we'll answer that in the next semifinal matchup coming your way. We will talk it over with the unbeaten Seattle Pioneers next. The defending champs, the Seattle Pioneers, guess what? They are back in the finals as we get set for the 2nd semifinal matchup coming your way right here on Championship Court in beautiful San Clemente, California. Here is how the bracket shakes out. The New Jersey Fives, the spicy team on the top of the bracket. That semifinal matchup against the Milwaukee Mashers coming your way next. The Seattle Pioneers will sit back and await their opponent as we check in now with the 4th member of our crew, Cameron Blackwood, standing by with the winners.
Thanks, Michelle. I was talking to Tyler, and he said they backed off so you and Etta could get the glory in the win. Any extra added pressure in that?
You win as a team, you lose as a team, but there's probably a little bit of extra pressure to convert because I don't think we want to play singles, ideally. I really happy with the team. All played great. Girls started us off really strong first match and felt really great after that.
Seattle Pioneers in their 2nd finals now. What makes this team so difficult to beat?
I think we just play hard. We play our best, and we give it our all on the court, and we root for each other, and we stay positive the whole time.
Are you going to be watching this next match to see who you're going to team up against?
Maybe live stream. Yeah, not in person, probably not.
Here you have it. We're going to have the Pioneers in the finals. Michelle, back to you.